Very good morning, students. Welcome to biology classes. Today we are going to see 11th science biology, and we are going to see the next topics of chapter number 7, that is structural organization in animals. In this chapter we have already seen about the basics of this chapter, introductory part, in which we have seen the different types of tissues, and then we have completed with the first animal, that is the earthworm. And today we are going to start with the second animal, and that is cockroach, right? So if you wish to check my previous videos of this chapter, you can check my YouTube channel for it. Okay, so let's start with today's lecture. Today we are going to see about the cockroach. So cockroach is brown or black colored animal. So the color of this animal is brown or black. You might have seen in your home, right? In tropical regions, yellow, red, green colored cockroaches are observed, right? So here when we're talking about the tropical regions, several different colored cockroaches are observed: yellow, red, green, right? Here in this region we are able to find or able to observe or see brown or black colored cockroach. The size of the cockroach ranges from 1 inch to 3 inches, right? So the size will be 1 to 3 inch. They have long antenna, legs and head. So they do possess antenna, which are the sensory organs. Then they do possess legs for the locomotion, and they possess the head, which is going to have the brain or the nervous system, which is going to give the responses. Next is they are nocturnal omnivores, right? Nocturnal omnivores means nocturnal. That means they are active at night. So this type of animals, or we can say the cockroach, is also active at night, right? And they are omnivores. That means they do eat uh, they eat the vegetarian food, that is, we can say the plants, or the, say for example, the whatever which is coming under the herb, like herbivores, right? The herbivores are the ones which eat only plants, right? So this omnivores, they are said to be omnivores because they are eating the plants as well as the animals, right? So they also eat the small insects that comes under the carnivores, right? So as they are eating both, for this reason they are said to be the omnivores. Then the habitat is damp places and the human homes, right? You are very aware of the human homes, right? They are found in the most of the times they are found in the human homes, right? Also they are found in the damp places where where the damping of the wastages carried out, right? And the vectors of several disease. Then cockroach also act as a vector for several disease, because when they walk on those damp places, right, several the pathogens are attaching to their leg surfaces, right, at the down of the legs, and when they are entering inside your home, it can create several disease. So also they are vectors. That means they are passing the particular pathogen, right? Next we are going to see is about the morphology of cockroach, right? So we are going to first see about the external features of cockroach. The scientific name of the cockroach is Periplaneta americana, right? So this can be asked in MCQ, that what is the scientific name of cockroach. Cockroach is the common name, but when we are talking about the scientific name of cockroach is Periplaneta americana. Then 34 to 53 mm long and have wings. It is this much long, that is 34 to 53 mm, as and also they do possess wings. Sometimes the cockroach also flies, right? The body is made up of segments. That means this type of, or this animal is having a segmented body. The body of the cockroach is divided into three parts. First is head, second is thorax, and third is abdomen, right? So if it is asked that which are the three parts of the cockroach body, right? And or it can be simply asked as that how many parts are there of the cockroach body, then it is head, thorax and abdomen. There is a body covering which is found, which is hard chitinous exoskeleton. That means this animal is containing a exoskeleton, that is, it is possessing a outer covering or the body covering which is hard in nature, and it is chitinous. That means it is made up of chitin. Next is sclerites, that is the exoskeleton having hard plates, right? They are present ventrally. So on the ventral side, right, on the upper side, it is a hard chitinous exoskeleton is present, and on the ventral side, there is presence of sclerites, and this sclerites are hard plates, right? And these hard plates are present in order to give the protection to the inner body. This can also be asked in the MCQ, that what are sclerites, right? Then tergites are the plate forming tergum, and this is tergites. This is going to be present on the dorsal side, and the tergum is said to be the thick plate, right? Then these sclerites are joined to each other by an articular membrane, that is the arthrodial membrane, which is thin and flexible. Now the sclerites which are present ventrally, they are joined to each other, right? So the sclerites are joined. Those are the plates only. So those all the plates are joined with each other by a membrane which is known as articular membrane, and this articular membrane is also known as arthrodial membrane. And this articular membrane is thin and flexible in nature, right? Next is in the head portion. The head is triangular shape, right? The head is in triangular shape. That means the triangular shaped head is observed, and it is present on the anterior part, that is on the front part. Then it is formed by the fusion of 6 segments. So the head contains totally the first 6 segments. So in the first 6 segments of the cockroach, the head portion is present. Then it have a great motility in all directions due to neck which is flexible. Now their neck is so flexible that they can move in all the directions, right? So there is no any presence of any bone or like that, so that it cannot move in the uh, on the all the direction, right? But here the cockroach can rotate its, or it can give the motility in all the directions due to the presence of the flexible neck. Now the head capsule have compound eyes. Compound eyes means you are going to see in detail about the compound eyes, right? I said in the introductory part that 2 types of eyes are observed: simple eyes and compound eyes. Cockroach is containing what? Compound eyes, right? And they are present on the head capsule. There is presence of antenna, which are thread-like structures, and they are arising from the membranous sockets, right? There is presence of socket-like structures in the membranes, and from this membranes there is occurrence, or there are several thread-like structures which are arising, and those are known as antenna. This antenna have the sensory receptors, and this antenna is going to do the function of sensing the different environmental conditions, right? Next is the mouth parts. The mouth parts are made up of labium, a pair of mandibles, and pair of maxilla, right? Labrum means the upper lip, labium means the lower lip, hypopharynx which acts as a tongue, right? As well as a pair of mandibles and pair of maxilla, right? So here the mouth parts is made up of 4 things: labrum, labium, pair of mandibles, pair of maxilla, as well as the hypopharynx. This can be asked in the MCQ, that what is hypopharynx? So it acts as a tongue in the cockroach. This was about the first region, that was the head region. Second region is the thorax region. In the thorax region, this thorax region is made up of 3 parts, right? Prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax, right? So when you are talking about this, right, the head is connected by a short extension of prothorax, which is known as neck. So from the head portion, this head portion is connected to the thorax region with the presence of an short extension, right, which is known as prothorax. So prothorax is what? It is a small extension of the head which connects the neck as well as the head, right? Next, the thoracic segments are present, and they are useful for and they are said to be the walking legs, right? So this thoracic segments, they do possess the legs which are said to be walking legs. That means these cockroaches are using these legs for locomoting from one place to another. Now there are there are pair of wings, right? So the first pair of wings, it arises in the mesothorax, that is the middle portion, right? Or the middle thorax region, right? So in the middle thorax region, there will be the presence of the pair of wings. In the a second pair will be present in metathorax. So one pair is present in mesothorax, and second pair is present in the metathorax, right? Next is now the forewings and hindwings. I said that there is presence of 2 pairs, right? So the first pair is said to be the forewings, second is said to be the hindwings, right? So the forewings is going to contain the tegmina, and this tegmina is opaque, dark, and leathery. That means the nature of this tegmina, That means the wings, the name of that wing is tegmina, right? So the four wings you can simply write as that these four wings are opaque in nature. That means you can, it is not transparent. That means the light cannot be easily passed from one medium to the next. They are comparatively dark in nature, and also they are leathery. That means their structure is such kind that it resembles the leather. Next is the hind wings. These hind wings are transparent. See, there are the differences there, that the fore wings are opaque while the hind wings are transparent. And these hind wings are made up of the membranes, and the function of the hind wings is to do the flight. But flight will be of the sometimes. That means only few times only the cockroach flies, right? So these are the two different types of wings, right? The first is fore wings and the second is hind wings, right? Next is the abdomen part. Up till here, till the wings, it was about the thorax region. The third and the last part is about the abdomen. The abdomen part is made up of 10 segments, right? So now the head region was made up of 6 segments. After that, there is presence of 3 different region of thorax, that is pre, then meso and meta. And after that, there is presence of the third type of body part, and that is abdomen. This abdomen is made up of 10 segments. In the females, seventh sternum is boat shaped and together with eighth and ninth, right? So in females only there will be presence of the sternum, right? This sternum, which is said to be the chest bone, and this sternum is the shape of the sternum is boat shaped, and they are present along with the eighth and ninth segment, right? The sterna is which forms genital pouch, which is containing the female gonopore, spermatical pores and collateral gland. So this particular sterna, it is going to contain what? The genital pouch. That means it is going to have or contain a pouch which have the female gonopore, then spermatical pores, as well as the collateral glands. This you are going to study in detail in the reproductive system. While we are talking about males, the genital pouch lies in the hind end, right, of the abdomen. That is, it is dorsally present, and it is dorsally present in the 9th and 10th terga, right, and it is ventrally by 9th sternum, right? So it is present in two segments, right? And it is found on both the sides, that is on the dorsal as well as on the ventral. On the dorsal side, it is present in on the 9th and the 10th segment, and while we are talking about the ventral side, it is ventrally present by the 9th sternum, right? And this genital pouch, right, it contains what? The dorsal anus, male genital pore, and gonopophysis. This is also you are going to study in detail in the reproductive system. Next is the male have a pair of short thread-like structures, and those are said to be anal styles, right? See, this is one of the important point in which you can differentiate whether it is a male cockroach or a female cockroach, right? So if the particular male is having a thread like structure, or they are comparatively short in nature, and if a thread like structures are present, those are said to be the anal style. So if the anal style is present in the cockroach, then that cockroach is known as male. But if it is not present, then it is female, right? So in males, there is presence of the anal style as well as the anal cursi. But while we are talking about the females, they do possess only and only the anal cursi, right? So before going to that, let's see what is anal cursi. So in 10th segment, both male and female have pair of jointed filamentous structures which are known as anal cursi. So in the 10th segment, both male as well as female, the both of them have pair of joint filaments or structures, right? That means they do possess filamentous structure. That means there is presence of several filaments and they are joined to each other, and they are known as anal cerci, right? So if the male is there, then anal cerci as well as anal style both will be present. But when it is female, then only anal cerci is present. So I hope you are very clear with today's topic, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.